Good morning. Is everybody ready for their dose of negativity? Just kidding. What's up? Happy Thursday to everybody. It's my Saturday. That's cool. I don't have to work today. What up? Alrighty. Thirsty Thursday. I'm thirsty for some coffee. Cheers. Good job. 7:20 a.m. I slept in today. And it's Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Cool. I got probably 11 hours sleep. So I slept, I couldn't sleep anymore. I just laid there for the last half hour. Just thinking about everything, like sober people do. You think about everything. That's all you can do. You know, when you're not all screwed up and passed out and not worried about anything. It's complete opposite. Now we're about everything. Before I wasn't worried about nothing. Now I'm worried about everything sober. See how it works? It's okay though. It's okay. It's all in my head. That's all. That's all I can say. It's all in my head. Oh, man. Did feel good to just lay there and just enjoy being comfortable. You know, that is some fruit of my labor there. Having that there to lay there like that. Well, let's see what's going on here. This is episode 25 of Waking Up, the Slurping Coffee with Bill. We got Starbucks, Pike's Place here. 25, I do believe. Short-term memory problems here. Let's see. Is he right? Yep. Episode 25. So my dude's supposed to be here today to do some plumbing over on the kitchen area. The sink's clogged. So I don't know what time he's getting here, but around noon, whether he's here, if he's here, then I won't be able to. But if he's not here by noon, I'm bouncing to the park and I'm going to go for a run because it's supposed to be sunny and warm and nice today. And I need the vitamin D. That really does help me. It gets me feeling better. I'm not sorry about being negative because it's just the way I am now. I'm not like this all the time, but I'd say half the time I'm pessimistic and negative, and I'm not sorry. And, you know, it is what it is. That's how I roll these days. Until things change and I feel like things are better and my head is in a better place, that's just how it's going to be. Okay? So let's see here. Because you know what? I work, I take care of myself, and I can feel the way I want. Okay. Well, let's see. Facebook. Lep likes him some chopped cheese sandwich. There's a guy that's been getting after it. Paul Jason Keaton. We call him Lep. Super cool dude. He's been getting after it. He's doing it, man. He's doing his thing, and you know, I'm proud of him. He's the kind of guy I look up to. He's killing it. Michael Goldsmith, Matt Peacock, 10 other people liked my post that said, hate Elon or not, if it wasn't for SpaceX, those astronauts wouldn't be home today. That seemed to be a very popular post of mine. Jimmy Cunningham, Michael Goldsmith, Matt Peacock, Jen Watkins, Dave Hamilton, Wayne Allen, Tara Ferguson, Brian Fisher, David Preacher Harris, Bill Perry, Andy Lazada, and Miko Domino. All liked it. And you guys rock. What else here? So we got 2 people, Kristen Daniels and John William Duff, both liked my response to a noise that instantly irritates you. And I said, Kamala's voice. Right on. So 2 people like that. Cool. It's true. Whenever I saw Kamala or had to hear her speak, I cringed. I couldn't. It irritated me instantly. Can't stand her. Cannot stand her. So fake. So fake. That's one thing that irritates me is fake people. Hey, man, if I'm having a bad day, I'm in a funk, I'm going to just be in my funk. I'm not going to pretend like everything's okay. I'm just going to let her rip, Tater Chip, how it is. You know, and if it's too much, then I probably just won't post because, you know, I don't want to burn myself out and everybody else with my negativity, pessimistic bullshit. Because that's all it is bullshit. I feel better today than I did yesterday. And you just never know how I'm going to be day by day, you know. Like I said, take it one day at a time. You know, that's all you can do. One day at a time. What's going on YouTube here? Sorry. Yingling Light Lager Revisit by Beer News. Oh, that's one beer I never reviewed when I was doing beer reviews was Yingling. I could never get it. And I heard a lot of good things about it for like a regular beer. You know, like I said before, I'm not saying I'm never going to drink beer again. You know, I'm just taking a break from it. Someday I probably will. I'm never going to do drugs again, though. I might smoke weed, but I don't consider weed like really a drug. But I'm talking about like hard drugs. Not doing that. You know, but you know, I might not ever drink. I don't know. It seems like it'd be impossible to never drink again because it's alcohol's everywhere, and beer is really good if you can control it. It is. It's a nice beverage. It's just, you know, my addictive personality. It's very dangerous to be playing with alcohol for me. Rabbit. See, I still have the effects of it. Porcupines. Wait a minute. I love you. Dang, man. Freaking porcupines kissing on that guy. All the spikes are like faced back too, so it won't poke him. That's funny. Wow, how funny is that? Guy's like all snuggled up with the porcupine. Ronald J. Terrett's on live right now. He's got some booze. He's boozing it. He's always been cool though. He seems to control his booze very well. Pickup truck crashes on fire on highway. Not much going on, really. Except coffee. So we'll just close that for now. You know, it's just the way life is here on this planet, man. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be competitiveness. There's always going to be someone that doesn't want you to do well. And there's going to be people that are rooting for you. It's always both, you know? And, you know, it's just the way things are. You know, I was thinking about how everything has evolved to where it is today, and how it's going to keep evolving in the future, man, it's going to be hard for people, I think, in the future to keep up with the Joneses, man, because with no middle class, and just, you're going to have to really like be like skilled, okay, really skilled in the future to be able to keep up with the way society's going. I mean, or you will just get left behind. It's that simple. Just like a lot of people, it's happening to a lot of people these days. These days, a lot of people are getting left behind, because if you think about it, you got all this tech stuff, right? We got like AI and robots are all coming in. They're going to be taking over jobs. And it's like, I was thinking about this, like, what it really boils down to is the tech people, the elite people, they just all want to be served, right? They just want to be in their own little world to serve them. What, that just defeats the whole purpose of life, really. You know, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? We're all slaving to these service jobs to serve the elites. That's what it seems like, because there's definitely not enough profit sharing going on these days with companies. There's not. There's a lot of companies that are all service, if you think about it. What do the farmers do? They make the food that serves the people that buy it, and then they serve the people that buy that, right? It's like, goes through the chain. It all boils down to servicing this, servicing that. We all serve each other, but ultimately we're serving each other to serve the elite, the CEOs and shit that are getting all the money that they're not sharing. It's supposed to be profit sharings. Okay. I never had profit sharings out of all the jobs I've ever worked. We've never had, any of them have ever had profit sharing. You know, some do, but not very many. And I think that's where a lot of the problem lies, is a lot of it, let's face it, society is, it's business, okay? It's service. We're serving these companies that serve people, right? And then there's the levels of you know, management. And you know, the ones at the top, you know, they get all the money. They get all the profits, most of it. And you know, that's where I think a major part of the problem is, you know, since our society is all, you know, commercial businesses, and the way they conduct their business is really to benefit the higher ups, really, because, you know, it's a combination of that. I've been trying to figure this mess out. Okay, why are people struggling so much? And it boils down to that. There's not enough profit sharings, okay? And and our leaders that are supposed to be regulating, governing, right? There's, what is governor? You're supposed to govern and make policies and stuff to help people, right? Not to service these freaking, you know, it's just, it's unbalanced, and they didn't do it right, and it got more towards the you know, higher management. It's geared more towards them than the people actually on the boots on the ground doing the work. You know what I'm trying to say? So if our society is built on businesses and commercial stuff, it's our leaders that have to make the policies and the laws to keep these fuckers in check. right? So this kind of shit doesn't happen. So we have failed leadership, failed governing, and a lot of greedy businesses and commercial stuff, you know. And every time I blink, there's more construction going on, okay? And it's just developers are buying all this shit up. They're making these, you know, commercial businesses to serve these people, these higher ups that just sit up there on their fat asses and hoard all the money and just barely dole out just enough for us people on the ground, the boots on the ground, to barely survive. Where's the profit sharings? Where? I work for one of the biggest, for what I do, the company I work for is the largest company of the sort on the planet. And they don't even do profit sharings. What the fuck, man? Right? It's the biggest company on the planet, but yet they don't do profit sharings for the boots on the ground. They're actually out there doing the job. It's not right. And it's like that with a lot of major commercial businesses. You know, really. You just drive around. You got Walmart, Target, McDonald's, Taco Bell, blah, blah, blah. All these major businesses, right? All these major commercial businesses. I bet hardly any of them do profit sharings to the employees that are actually keeping that shit running. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, lately that's been on my mind. You know, some businesses are decent and they understand that the employees are what keeps their fat asses up there. Okay. They need to realize without the boots on the ground, their asses won't be that fat. In fact, their shit's going to come crumbling down and they ain't going to have no commercial business if it wasn't for guys like me and most of you guys out there, the boots on the ground, keeping that shit going. But you know what? What choices do we have, really? Right? Like, this is what society is. We have no choice but to play the game. If you don't, your ass gets left behind. You're out on your ass. It's kind of a messed up game, really. But this is the kind of shit that I've been thinking about, you know. And, you know, honestly, more than half of the people I know that actually went to college and graduated, they can't even get a freaking job. They can't even get a job. What's good is anything if you can't even get the job you wanted, right? It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, you got a master's in what, but you're sitting there doing the same job I am, making probably less than I am. What good is it doing you, really? You know, and then they never used, a lot of these people never used the school that they went, that they learned. They never used their field that they learned, okay? They ended up just working a normal job. Their degree gets wasted because they can't get a job, or they got a job and it doesn't work out because stupid this, stupid that. These people sucked, and, you know, or whatever, you know, they never end up actually working in the field they went to school for because of this or that and just circumstances, you know? Sorry. But then, you know, it's just like there's so many aspects to, you know, it really boils down to skill. If you actually have a skill, you could probably do a lot better in this world we live in. If you really have some kind of a skill that you can apply and make the money, you know, my bro, Buff Alien, as we know him, grassroots, started his own. He's a perfect example of living the American dream, because he started his own business from scratch, him by himself, and he's successful. and he's rolling like top. He's rolling, man. He's rolling. He's doing excellent, doing real good. But you know what? He's got really good skill. He's smart. He applied his skills and his brains, and he made it happen. He made it happen for himself. He did that. Nobody did it for him. You know, and there's people like that. That's an example of how you can do it these days. But you have to have skill. He has skills that most people don't have. You know what I mean? So you can go to school and go to college and get all high and mighty in your head and think you're better than everybody. But it doesn't matter if you ain't applying it, or you can't, if you do apply it and you can't even maintain it, you might as well get that out of your head. Because I notice a lot of people, they think they're better than everybody just because they went to college. Well, you ain't. You just learned something, that's all. Doesn't mean you have any skills. You just learned something. Hey, I was a musician, borderline professional. That was from raw skill. And I didn't go to school for none of that. It's just, that's one of the skills I've had that I still have. And I was on my way to making a career out of it, and then circumstances, it's just how life is, man. But, I think it really, as long as you just keep trying, you just got to try. You just keep trying, and you can't give up, because you know what? Giving up is not an option. You can give up in your head, but you can still get your ass up and try. Okay? And that's all we can do. And, try to make every day, one day at a time, try to do the right thing, make the right choice. And that's where I'm at with it right now. Like, I was also thinking, if I went back to my old ways and started partying and drugging and drinking, there's no way I'm going to improve my life, because that just stops any motivation, any drive. It destroys my emotions and everything. It just numbs you from everything. And, that's part of the reason why I stopped drinking and doing drugs. That's part of the reason. The other part's the health and all that stuff, the money. But I just realized that shit just holding me up. It's like a wall, man. Like, it's in front of you. You can't get past it, And the only chance I had was to stop. And I did. And less than a month, I'll have a year. In about 3 weeks, I'll have a year of no alcohol and 2 years no drugs. And it's hard. It's hard, man, because if you watch my videos, you know how much I struggle with the what ifs and just my brain. It's all in my head, and dealing with my thoughts and everything. And reality kind of slaps you in the face, man. And I have a lot of regrets, but at that same time, I don't regret it, because I did have a lot of fun. I did. I just I really don't have regrets. I could probably, if it wasn't for what I went through, who knows where I'd be today. I might not even be here today if I didn't do what I did. Who knows? Or I might be further along, or I might just be right where I'm at right now. I don't know. We'll never know. All I know is I feel that the way I have an addictive personality, and I can't control my drinking and drugging, it's time to stop and take a step back from it and try without it. And, until I figure that, I'm okay to maybe drink a beer socially someday, and that's it. If I feel like I can do that someday, that's what I'll do. But right now, in the near future, That's not in my plans. That's not in my plans. And I'm not doing what I'm doing to try to be successful or try something new, major. I'm just doing it because I feel like it's something that I need to do, is be sober. And that's what it is. So, I just wanted to kind of speak my mind about what's been going on. I was laying back there this morning thinking about all this stuff, and that's kind of what I came up with. And I felt like laying there longer and just sleeping and just laying there and not having to deal with the world. Just, when I'm asleep, I don't have to deal with none of this bullshit. That's a nice break for me, but reality, you have to get up sometime and face the world. And that's where I'm at right now, right here with my cup of coffee. So it's my Saturday. Like I said, if my dude's not here before noon, I'm going to go to the park and start running because the weather warmed up. It's nice out and I need sun on my body because I'm almost as white as this shirt here. And I do need the vitamin D for, it's just good for you. Okay. And it's nice to get out and get the blood moving. So that's what I'm going to do today. If my dude gets here and I don't get a chance to do that, then I'll probably go for a walk later or do something to get, some kind of exercise in and maybe get some chores done, maybe work on the bike. I got a lot to do. There's definitely not a shortage of things to do. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. And thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. And hit the like, subscribe, hit the little bell, notifications, of course. You all know that by now. And y'all have a fantastic day and stay tuned for whatever's clever. So we'll catch you later. See ya.